Hi, good morning my dear children. Warm welcome to 5th class of English. Okay. Then in the previous class we have discussed about the story the story The Magic Mirror. Yeah, The Magic Mirror. We have just entered the chapter Magic Mirror. Do you remember who are the character of this story? Do you remember who are the character of the story? Yeah. Who are the characters? Ammo and Aaron. Then what did they do? They were exploring the attic. Why were they exploring the attic? You know why were they exploring the attic? Yes, they were bored with that rainy day. On that rainy day, they were bored with the daily activities and they decided to explore the attic. What do you mean by attic? The place just below the roof where we keep the unwanted, useless things, worn out things. Then they entered into the attic to explore it, and what did they see there? They saw a mirror. Then there was another thing there was. What was that? You know that? Do you remember that? Yeah, a grandfather clock. What did it do? It struck 5 when then they were almost to touch the mirror. That grandfather clock struck 5. Okay, we have stopped there. Then we can continue that. Are you ready with your textbook? Ready? Okay. Yes, the old grandfather clock in the attic struck 5. That's weird. That's weird means that's strange. Who said? Arun said. Who? That's weird. That means in that place only junk items can be seen. Only unwanted, worn out things are seen. And when they are stretching, then they are almost to touch that mirror. What kind of things we can see in that attic? You know? Yes, very old and dusty items. Then, but this mirror, how was it? It was very shiny. It was very clean and shiny. Yes, we can proceed. Okay. While they looked at their reflection in it, the old grandfather clock in the attic struck 5. That's weird. That's weird means that's strange. I don't said. I thought the clock was junk because they thought that clock was junk, a useless thing. Okay. They felt the mirror was calling them. Arun stretched his hand towards the mirror. Then they felt that what did they feel? What did they feel? Yes, the mirror was calling them. Yes, Arun stretched his hand towards the mirror. His hand went right through the mirror. When he was trying to touch the mirror, this hand go through the mirror as if it were in water. As if when we touch the water, our hands will go through it like that. When he touched the mirror, his hand go through the mirror as if it were water. He withdrew his hands. He took back his hands. Then he is scared and took back his hand. Hastily, speedily. Hastily means speedily. Hastily means quickly or speedily or hurriedly. They looked at each other in amazement. Amazement means wonder. Amazement means wonder. Amazement means wonder. They looked at each other. Why is it so? They were very exclaimed. They were surprised. Okay. They looked at each other in amazement. Shall we step into the mirror? Then they asked. Who asked? Arun asked to Ammo. Shall we step into the mirror? Shall we step into the mirror? Ammo nodded. Ammo nodded means Ammo shook his head in agreement. Nodded means shake someone's head in agreement or to show agreement. Okay. Ammo nodded. 1, 2, 3. They stepped into the mirror. Then they stepped into the mirror. Then what happened there? We can see. Okay. Suddenly they found themselves in a forest. Where did they reach? They reached in a forest. Then they reached in a forest. How was the forest? You know? It was quite dark. The forest was quite dark. The leaves of the trees overhead blocked the sunlight. Why was it so dark? The sunlight didn't enter into that forest. Why? That is why the forest was very dark. The sunlight didn't enter into the forest because the leaves blocked the sunlight. The leaves blocked, that was a dense forest, thick forest. So, the sunlight didn't enter into the forest. That was very thick forest. So, the forest was very dark. The forest was very dark. Why was the forest dark? Yeah, the leaves overhead blocked the sunlight, prevented the sunlight from entering into the forest. Okay. The leaves of the trees overhead block the sunlight. It's just like in books where something magical happens. So, it's like something magical. That's something we think, we feel something magical in it. They felt some magical in it. Yes, we were reading some magical books. Okay, they said Arun, it's so exciting. So exciting means it's so interesting. Exciting means so interesting. Exciting means it's so interesting. Okay. They found their way out of the forest into fields. Then they entered into a field. They found their way out of the forest into the field. This forest leads them to the way in the forest leads them to the field of blue and red flowers. How was that field? It was filled with blue and red flowers. Blue and red flowers are blooming in that field. Okay. The fields were lit by the evening sun. The field was lit by the evening sun. Lit means past tense of light. The evening sun brightened that field. Okay. Standing in the field was a white horse with silver wings. Who was there? Yeah, a white horse with silver wings. In that field, who was standing in that field? Yeah, a white horse with silver wings. Okay. Wow, it's Pegasus. Then they surprised. Oh, it is Pegasus. The winged horse. Who is Pegasus? A winged horse. Then whom did they see there? Whom did they see there? Yeah, they saw a white horse with silver wings. That is known as Pegasus. Okay. The winged horse, exclaimed Ammu. Exclaimed Ammu means wondered. Oh, surprised. Ammu was surprised. Oh, it's Pegasus, a winged horse. Exclaimed Ammu. They walked towards it and Pegasus raised its head. By seeing the Pegasus, what did they do? They walked towards the Pegasus. They walked towards the Pegasus, and when the Pegasus saw them, it raised its head. It raised its, then asked, "Who are you?" Raised its head. "Who are you?" asked Pegasus. Pegasus asked, "Who are you?" Arun answered shyly, in a shameful manner. In a shameful manner, Arun answered. What was his answer? "I am Arun and this is Ammu." "I am Arun and this is Ammu," he answered. Then Pegasus looked at them curiously, very anxiously. Curiously means very anxiously. Curiously means very anxiously. Who looked at them? Pegasus looked at whom? Looked at whom? Yeah, Arun and Ammu. Pegasus looked at them curiously. "Where did you come from?" Then he asked, where are you coming from? Where are you coming? Where did you come from? Pegasus asked, "We came through a magic mirror." What was their answer? Yeah, they came through a magic mirror. Magic mirror, said Ammu. "Well, that would have been exciting. That is very interesting." Who said? Pegasus answered, "Oh, that's interesting. That's very exciting. Oh, that's very interesting." Said Pegasus, "It will soon be dark. Then I had better go home." It is getting dark. This time is evening. Soon it will be dark. They know that. So Pegasus said, "It is getting dark. Soon be getting dark. So I have to go home." Who said? Yeah, Pegasus said. Said Pegasus, "Can we come too?" Then Arun and Ammu asked, "Can we come too? Can we follow you?" "Can we come too?" asked the children. "Of course." Of course means sure. Oh, indeed, sure. "Climb on to my back." Then Pegasus asked them to climb on his back. They soared through the air and finally landed on soft warm grass under a big tree. What did they do? They they scrambled onto Pegasus' back. Scrambled onto Pegasus' back means they climbed quickly. They quickly scrambled means climbed quickly onto Pegasus' back. Then they soared through fly high through the air. Soared through the air means fly high through the air and finally landed on. Where did they land? Where did they land? Yeah, they landed on a soft warm grass under a big tree. Where did they land? Where did they land? Yeah. Dear children, where did they reach? Yeah, they reached land on a soft warm grass under a big tree. Then Pegasus landed on a soft warm grass under a big tree. Okay. Then they flew through a forest, a field and over a hill to a cottage. Then they flew through a forest, field and over a hill to a cottage. A man in a blue robe opened the door and asked them to follow him. Then they reached in a cottage and whom can you see in that cottage? Yeah, a man in a blue robe. Blue robe means blue dress, a long gown is a robe. A man in blue robe opened the door and asked them to follow him in. This man who appeared in front of the cottage asked them to follow him in. They followed him into a room where they saw a mirror. Then they followed him into a mirror. What can they see there? Yeah, they can see a mirror there. They saw a mirror. It looked exactly like the mirror in the attic. What was the surprise? What was the magical thing? Yeah, they saw a mirror in that cottage. That mirror was exactly like it was very same as the mirror they saw in the attic. Okay, they saw in the attic. Step into the mirror and you will be home. Then he said, said Pegasus, you step into this mirror. If you step into the mirror, you can get your home. You can get your home. Step into the mirror and you will be home, said Pegasus. The children thanked Pegasus. Then the children thanked Pegasus. They stepped into the mirror and found themselves back in the attic. Then when they stepped into the mirror, they reached back in the attic. It was still raining. The rain didn't stop. When they were starting the journey, it was raining. You know that. But now also it was raining. It was still raining. Arun looked at Ammu and said, that was the most exciting adventure we have ever heard. Oh, Ammu, it was very exciting adventure we have ever had. It was a very exciting adventure that we have never had experienced. Okay, said Ammu. Yes, really, Ammu said. They heard their mother calling them. Then what did they hear? Their mother was calling them. They got down from the attic and walked into the kitchen. Then when the mother called them, they got down from the attic and reached to the kitchen. Just in time for dinner. It was time for dinner. You know, they started journey in the evening. Then it was time for dinner. They told their mother about that adventure. Then they explained everything to their mother. But she did not believe it. It was unbelievable. You know that it was an unbelievable story. When they went to bed, they dreamed of going through the mirror and having more exciting adventure. Then when they were in the bed, when they went to bed, they were dreaming of that adventurous journey and exciting, and through the mirror, it was traveled through the mirror and having more exciting adventure. They were dreaming of that adventurous journey when they were going to the bed. Okay, then the story is over. Then I think all of you understood the story and enjoyed the story very well. Okay, am I correct? Okay, next we can go to a flow chart. Check how well you read. Arun and Ammu stepped into the magic mirror. Can you identify the places and things they saw? Write the names of places, beings and things in the boxes. Places, beings and things in the boxes given below in proper order and complete the flow chart. You should complete the flow chart by reading the story several times. Okay, you will do it and send me. Next one is, here are the events of the story, the magic mirror. They are given in jumbled order. Arrange them in proper order and narrate the story. Okay. Then you should read the story several times and understand the events of the story. What happened first, then secondly, thirdly, fourthly, like that. Then you should understand the that arrangement of the story and you should rearrange the story. You should read the story is in jumbled way. Then you should rearrange the story by reading the story several times. Okay, that also you should do very well. Okay, can you do it? Yeah, I am sure you will do it. Okay, next. Then our chapter is over here. Then we can go to the next chapter in the next class. Okay, thank you.